Hey everyone, and welcome to your first presentation in HLT 151. So this course is Introduction to Physics for the Allied Health Professional, and in this first presentation, I'm going to talk about our syllabus. We're going to learn about student expectations, discuss how the material is going to be presented to you in lecture, how we're going to work our quizzes and exams, and also about the chat sessions that we'll have throughout the semester. First, let's talk about your syllabus. And as you've probably already seen in some of your other courses, you can find your syllabus in the course in Canvas, and it's also in Sonus. The syllabus has a lot of important information, such as how many credits you're going to get for this course, the course dates, how it's delivered, your final exam, the course description and outcomes, and extremely important, the course schedule. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up our course schedule so that we can take a look at it together. When you look at your course schedule for this course, you can see here's the dates for each week. And this course is started after your Gen 111 course finished. So our first week in this course is actually week 5 of the semester. And so that week is going to run from this September 12th to September 18th. In this column, the outline describes what we're going to cover that week. So for instance, this week, the introduction and the syllabus, which is what we're doing right now. And then we're also going to talk in this week about Newton's first law of motion and inertia. Over here in this column is the content objectives, which is what do I want you to know or understand or be able to do when you finish the content for this week. And then over here is your assignments for the week. For instance, this week, I want you to look at this presentation you're watching right now. There's 2 other presentations, Science and Measurement and Newton's First Law. So you're going to look at all those this week. Also, there's 3 separate assignments, the first day assignment, homework 1, and quiz 1. And all these assignments are due at 11:59 on Sunday night, the 18th. And again, because this class is asynchronous delivery, we're not going to be looking at these presentations together. You can view the presentations and do the homework and the assignments anytime you want during the week, as long as you have that week's assignments done by the due date. You'll also notice that I have some chat sessions here on Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 to 9 and 3 to 4. And we're going to talk a little bit more about those chat sessions in just a minute. So in this class, there's no required textbook. The information you need to be successful in this class is going to be in the presentations and also gone over in the chat sessions. But if you are one of those people who prefer to have a textbook for reinforcement, the course is based on Conceptual Physics 12th edition by Paul Hewitt. There's a copy in the library if you wanted to look at it first. And if you feel like that's something that would be helpful to you, you're welcome to rent or purchase it, but that's completely up to you. If you do decide to rent or purchase, just know that I don't use any of the online materials that come with the textbook, so you don't have to purchase one with a course key. So a used book is perfectly okay if you do decide you wanted to get the book. So how am I going to evaluate you in this class? Well, first off, there's going to be 3 unit exams, and those will be 45% of your total grade. So each exam will be 15%. Even though this is an online course, I'm going to be giving your exams on campus, and the time and date is in your course schedule, and I will let you know beforehand where on campus you'll be taking your exam. Your exams will be open notes, so if you've made notes or while you're watching the presentations or while you're studying, you're welcome to bring those notes to the exam. But you will not be able to use any online resources, so you wouldn't be able to open up other websites or go back through the presentations on Canvas during the exam. And of course, you would not be able to get assistance from another person. Your final exam is also 15% of your total grade, and it'll also be given on campus just like your exams. And like your exams, it'll also be open notes, but again, you will not be able to use any online resources or assistance from another person. Another 15% of your grade is going to be 7 online quizzes. These are going to be in Canvas. That they have to be completed by the time and date noted on the course schedule. If you don't complete your quiz by the time and date on the course schedule, unfortunately, you will receive a 0 for that quiz. Um, I know we all have things going on, so if there's some type of emergency or something going on in your life where you cannot complete your assignments by the due date, please reach out to me as soon as possible before the due date and see if we can arrange something. Um, you can use your notes and your textbook to take the quiz, but be aware they're on a time limit. So make sure you've looked at the material before you take the quiz and that you're ready to take the quiz before you begin. If you just go in cold to try to take the quiz and look up the answers, you're probably going to run out of time. They're also on the honor system. So again, you can use your notes in your textbook, but you can't use help from another person. And after you take your quiz, if you have questions about it or you want to discuss your quiz attempt or any of the elements on the quiz, please don't hesitate to contact me and we can talk about that. There's also 7 homework assignments that are another 15% of your grade. You can find the homework under assignments in the course on Canvas. Um, like your quizzes, they're on the honor system. So if you want to use your notes and textbooks, that's perfectly fine. You just can't accept help from another person. Once you've downloaded the document and completed your homework, you can upload it back into Canvas to submit it for a grade. When you upload it, the formats I can open and grade that are acceptable are PDFs, Word documents, and Google Documents. If you're a Mac user, unfortunately, I cannot open Pages documents. So you can convert your Pages document to a PDF or upload it to a Google Drive and convert it to a Google document. That's perfectly fine. But if you submit it as a Pages, I can't open it and I can't grade it for you. So if you're having difficulty figuring out how to convert a document, you might want to give it a try before the due date. If you can't figure out how to convert the document to one of the acceptable formats, please let me know and I can try to give you some assistance there. After I grade the homework, I'll give you some individualized feedback for each of your homework assignments in Canvas. And again, just like your quizzes, if you have a question about something in the homework and you need more clarification, just contact me and I'll be happy to, we can set up a meeting and we can talk about that. Another 10% of your grade is going to be the chat sessions, and this is going to be a class participation grade. The chat sessions, as you saw when we talked about the course schedule, there's usually about 4 per week, and it's mandatory you participate in at least one. You don't have to come to more than that. You don't have to come to all of them. You're welcome to if you want to attend more than one, but you have to just do one a week. And your participation is graded based on the rubric in your syllabus. So again, like I said, I'll be having, for most weeks during this course, I'll be having 4 chat sessions. And those are usually on Mondays and Wednesdays, either 8 to 9 or 3 to 4. And I pick those times because this is usually times when every program, at least during one of those times, every program has some downtime. So you'll be available to participate in the chat. If it doesn't work, please let me know as soon as possible so that we can try to maybe figure out an alternate. During the chats, I'll be expanding on the material I presented in our lectures. We'll be doing extra problems together. And also I can answer any questions or clarify any of the content that you've encountered in the presentations. To join a chat, on Canvas on the left-hand side, there's a menu, and if you click on Meets in that menu, it'll take you to the GoTo meetings, and you'll see there's either there'll be an 8 to 9 or a 3 to 4, and you can join whichever one you like. Again, you have to participate in at least one per week. If you want to come to more, that's fine, but you don't have to. You don't have to join in with the microphone. You can just use the text chat during the chats as I'm going through the material or we're talking about questions. I also kind of keep an eye on the chat. So if you have a question, you just want to type it in the chat, the text chat, that's fine. And please come prepared to actively participate in the chats. You'll get a lot more out of it. And rubric A in your syllabus talks about that. And let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Okay. So basically, I'm looking for you to attend one chat session per week, and you stay in the chat for at least 15 minutes. The chats sometimes last the whole hour, sometimes they don't. It depends on how many questions you guys have and what you need clarification on. But I do ask that you stay in the chat for at least 15 minutes to get at least um, some benefit from the chat. I want you to be able to contribute, so you answer questions and you make comments. You're respectful and supportive of your fellow students, and that also that it shows that you have reviewed the content and you can understand and apply that course knowledge. If you come in the chat and it's pretty obvious that you haven't even looked at the material, then you haven't really prepared. Okay. But again, the chats aren't a very rigorous thing. It's just more to help you um, comprehend the material. The material will be presented via online lecture presentations, kind of like this one. Um, and I have tried to make these presentations as accessible as possible, but if you have any issues understanding the material or viewing the material, please let me know as soon as possible. Uh, when you go into Canvas and you click on the presentations under each module, you can it will take you to a new window, and so there is one that's kind of a Canvas related window that you can view the presentation, or you can go straight to YouTube and view the presentation via the link. The presentations are captioned, and the great thing about YouTube is you can speed it up or slow it down to suit how fast you're understanding material. And plus, with captions, you can read along as well as listen, especially if it's hard for you to, if you're not in a place where you can hear the presentation, you can read the captions. You're responsible for reviewing each presentation by the time and date noted on the course schedule. And again, physics can be a dense subject, so you're not required to sit and listen to the whole presentation at once. So if you've listened for about 7 to 8 minutes and there's a lot there to digest, you're perfectly welcome to pause the presentation, maybe read in the book a little bit or look up something else, and then come back and finish the presentation. Don't feel like you have to sit and eat it all in one big chunk. When you go into the HLT 151 course, you'll notice up at the top there's a file called Student Expectations, and that's about what we expect from online students here at the campus. Read the information given in the links and watch the videos before you do anything else in this course. And then after reviewing this information, complete the first day assignment. And the first day assignment is basically a little 3-question quiz. It just says, hey, did you look at the syllabus? Did you look at the information and the student expectations? So, it's really important that for me that you do that first day assignment, because that's a way for us to document you've started the course. So make sure you do that by the due date, which is September 18th. It's important that we have that documentation that you actually started this online course, especially for things like, say, your financial aid or your transcripts. We have to make sure that you did start the course. So please do that first day assignment for me as soon as you can. I think physics can be fun, and I hope you find that too. And I hope you enjoy this class. And I think you'll enjoy the chat sessions, especially that we do together. If at any time during the semester you're having an issue or question about anything in the course, whether it's the content or how it's working, I encourage you to go ahead and reach out and contact me anytime you need that assistance. My name is Christina Barley. There's my email here in the presentation. My office phone number is there as well. My office hours this term are on Fridays from 1 to 3. I'm on the 4th floor of the admin building, building 316, and you're welcome to come up and see me at any time on Friday afternoons. If this isn't a good time, if you have class or lab on during those times and you can't come during my office hours, please just contact me. You can send me an email. Uh, that's probably the best way. and we can set up a meeting. If you do have to contact me, I do recommend email only because I'm teaching 4 classes this term. And if you try to call my office, you might not get a hold of me. So, but I check my email on a very regular basis. So if you ever need anything, just send me an email. And again, I hope you enjoy this class, and I will be seeing you in the chat sessions.